Hello everyone, this is Roxas1359. Welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. Last time we finished up Turtle Zone, and in this episode, we're gonna be going into Mario's giant mech that he has. Why does Mario have a giant mech? I don't know. Better question is, why does Mario not use this giant mech more often? That is the better question in this. So yes, Mario Zone. We're gonna be platforming through Mario's giant killer robot. You know, maybe he's gonna be using this one day when Bowser just, totally goes apeshit, or the fact that he's probably just forgotten about it entirely. I mean, you'd think you'd remember when you have a giant killer robot on the land by your castle, which Mario apparently has. Yes, because Mario totally needs a castle. That's totally what he needs. Well, then again, the lovely Nintendo money has to come in somewhere, right? So, pretty much for Mario Zone, we're going to be having, I believe, one more level than we had last time. So, that's really the only difference between the zones in Mario Land 2. Some zones have more levels inside them, some of them have less, and some of them have hidden zones inside them. I won't be doing the hidden levels within this game. I'm just going to be doing the story because it would take too long for me to do that, and I just wanted to rush through the game. And really all you have to do is get all of the 6 golden coins in order to be able to access your castle and then go and take on that dastardly Wario. Which it's hilarious on how he came to be, because pretty much the team that made this game were not the ones normally in charge of Mario games. You might recognize Hiroji Kiyotake as being the director of the original Metroid, Kid Icarus, and I believe he did Metroid 2 Return of Samus. Pretty much the team was thrown onto this game, and as a result, they didn't want to make a Mario game, so they decided to make a complete joke character named Wario, which is the opposite of Mario, because it's Wa for Warui and Mario. That's also how Waluigi came into be, so it'd be a scary thing if Wa Peach, who was supposed to be inside the tennis games, actually came to be. Although part of me kind of wonders, would she have a mustache? Either way, let's go into our stomach in our giant mech that is filled with balls. And this is where the enemy design starts to get a little bit, okay, interesting. That is quite certain. I mean, we still have familiar enemies like Paragoombas, but then we have those pig things that I don't know their names and are actually rather terrifying. So let us simply jump around. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bounce off the enemies, because if you bounce off an enemy you have the super carrot, pretty much you can get a high jump and be able to fly around a lot higher. And that's what I was trying to do, but unfortunately it wasn't too successful. Ah, great, now we got those weird things again. Oh man, I ran into that. Alright, so let's just simply jump up, ignore them. Now, one thing I also need to mention about the super carrot that seems like an odd choice for it to do. You know that in this game, pretty much you can do the spin jump that you can do in Super Mario World. Well, to do that, you simply just hold down when Mario is big, and then you can do that. Pretty much it will instantly kill enemies if you manage to land on it. However, if you have a super carrot, you for some odd reason can't do it, and I do not know why. It seems rather odd that you can't. Is it because you're floating? Because that seems like a terrible excuse. Either way, here's the end of the stage, so let's wait for this little ball to roll after they clip through each other. And let's get to that little bell. Come on, you can do it. It's pretty easy to get the bell a lot of the time, especially if you have the super carrot. But here's another mini game. Simply hit the fuse in the right area. It's kind of like a Mario Party game, the treasure chest one, in which you have to guide a treasure chest to you and not to anyone else. It will always follow wherever the path is, and wherever the mice cut it, it won't follow that path. So you're always guaranteed an item no matter what, but whatever item it is depends. Which gets me into one thing that I don't like about Mario Land. And that is when you pick up items. For example, if Mario right now were to pick up a regular mushroom, he loses his Fire Flower ability. If I were to pick up a super carrot, I'd lose my fire flower ability too, but that'd be replacing it with another one. I shouldn't end up having to replace my ability when I get a simple mushroom. A simple point system, or maybe some coins would have been nice, but that's about it. I don't like that. And it very rarely happens. I think in this project it happened to me one time out of all the mini games, and it was a mini game that I was doing for fun when I discovered that. So that was never a good thing. Just like it's not a good thing that I ended up getting hit right there. So these are conveyor belts. Simply duck under these and you will just be fine. And we can get ourselves a super carrot, so why don't we grab that? I'm gonna love it because I'm gonna get so many people in the comments probably correcting me that that's not a super carrot, it's something else. No, I'm calling it a super carrot. I mean, come on, we have Super Bell to turn you into Cat Mario. Why can't I have a super carrot? I mean, it'd be really good for your eyes. It's a super carrot. It'd be really good for your eyes. Anyway, I ran into that like an idiot, and these cranes right here, I hate these things. Because it feels like you have to hold the A button in order to use these. You don't. If you so much as touch a button with these things, you'll fall off and then you end up in this situation to where I ended up having Mario duck. Luckily, I could have jumped over this, but we are gonna have our first death. Mario Land 2 is easy, but that does not mean that I'm not going to die, because I prove that I can die in an easy game pretty fast. Right, jump over that. And those crane things, getting back onto it, I just hate them. Whenever you run into one, don't touch any controls. Just don't touch anything at all, and you will be safe. Right, so jump over the bullet bills. It's nice to see bullet bills returning. And in pretty good detail, too. I really love the sprite detail. So, here's me trying, and fall right into spikes. So, there goes one life. So, what I end up doing is I cut to when I do this correctly. That's pretty much how the deaths are going to be handled inside this game. If I die too many times, I've cut it out, and I'm going to simply continue on and show off the successful one, because you've already seen me die, and I don't want to spend too long on episodes, because this episode is going to be obviously longer than the last one. Not by too much, but by a little bit. So, just simply hold in. Somehow this crane is holding me, and with how much it vibrates, I get afraid that Mario's sprite's just gonna phase right through it, and I'm gonna end up losing my life, because I don't have any items right now. So, let's go down here, these bullet bills firing, and get ourselves a life. There we go. We made up one of the lives, and if we get the minigame at the end, we can make up the rest of them. In fact, I could come out of this with a net profit of lives. And that's pretty much the case for Mario Land 2. You usually end up with a lot of lives, and even when you die and get a game over, the game doesn't really penalize you for it too much because, well, the game autosaves whenever you end up completing a level. So all that's really taken out is you just have 5 lives and you're small Mario, which is pretty much the same. I do believe they do take all your coins if you get a game over, however. So I guess that's a pretty nasty incentive, but coins in this game aren't too hard to really, build up again. I mean, by the end of this playthrough, we're actually going to be getting the maximum amount of coins of 999, which gets you to play an interesting minigame, to which I will not spoil what happens with that minigame. Oh no, it needs to be seen to be believed. But, get the crane across, and hit the bell. And let us get ourselves a 3 lives again. So I ended up coming out of here with a net profit of 1 life. Go me. So now that we've taken care of that level, we can now go into our hat, our main control center, and the last level of Mario Zone. After we beat this level, we're able to get our second of the golden coins. So yeah, this goes by pretty fast, I have to admit. And go me, I ran right into that spike ball. That spike ball that was moving at, like, what, 2 miles an hour? Might as well just go and walk into a parked car. No, that's pretty accurate. You just walk into a parked car. I was being rhetorical, you idiot. Oh, past me. When you record, it's always interesting. especially because for some odd reason I've gotten to the habit now of recording at nighttime, and I don't like that habit because I have to sleep. And I think the habit ended up starting up simply because I work in the mornings, so I'm unable to record in the mornings usually. And over time, I just started recording at night to the point to where even when I don't have work, I tend to record at night, and I hate that so much. But I'm pretty sure none of you care about the recording processes that I go through for this. So instead, let's talk more about Mario Zone and the fact that I am walking on Legos. It's a good thing Mario has shoes on. Is our boss just gonna be one giant Lego? Then if we end up stepping on it, we end up, having to get a giant bandage? Because I don't know if you ever did this. When I was a kid, I stepped on Legos that I used to play with a lot, and they hurt. I don't get how it can draw blood from those tiny little plastic bricks. Oh well, we'll get our Lego fix soon enough once I get to Legoland in the 32-bit games. But let us get to the boss, which I will spoil right now. I do die in, so I cut to when I do it correctly. Now for this boss in general, this is the boss that I was talking about that takes 9 hits. You need to hit each of these pigs 3 times, and what ends up happening is they get faster in whatever pattern they have each time. That's what makes them difficult. So getting hit in this boss is pretty standard. So just make sure you do that, but just bounce on the pigs. And if you could tell, they're based on the 3 little pigs because their 3 little houses are made out of different things. Now, I find this pig to be the hardest one because you need to judge when his arc is going to be because he has kind of a longer hitbox, obviously. But that's 2. And 1 more hit. Goodbye. And there we go. That acquires us our 2nd golden coin. So anyway, guys, I'm going to end it off right here. This has been Roxas1359. Next time, we're going to be heading off to our next zone. See you guys next time.